He never imagined that the place he called home would turn into a battlefield. When he bought my house, he thought he was buying peace, quiet mornings, friendly neighbors, a future he could build brick by brick. What he didn't know was that he was also buying into an hut that would try to control my life, my money, and my dignity. This is my story. When he first moved in, everything felt perfect. Clean streets, trimmed lawns, smiling neighbors waving as he unpacked boxes. The how welcome packet looked harmless. Some rules about trash cans, paint colors, lawn height. I told myself, this is fine. This is order. The first letter arrived 3 months later. A violation notice. Apparently, my trash can was visible from the street for 2 hours longer than allowed. 2 hours. He laughed at first. He thought it was a joke. He moved the can and he forgot about it. Then came the second letter. My grass was half an inch too tall. The third letter said my mailbox was the wrong shade of black. That's when he realized this wasn't about rules. It was about power. He attended my first HOA meeting hoping to talk things out. He walked into that room with respect, ready to be reasonable. The board members sat behind a long table like judges. No more smiles, no more introductions, just cold stares. When he spoke, they interrupted me. When he asked questions, they talked over me. When he disagreed, they just smiled, like they were waiting for me to make a mistake. One board member leaned forward and decided, these rules apply to everyone. If you don't like them, maybe this community isn't for you. That sentence changed everything. The fines started piling up. $50, $100, $250. Every letter sounded more threatening than the last. Words like penalty, non-compliance, legal action. He fixed everything they complained about, but somehow there was always something new. One morning, he woke up to a tow truck outside my house. They towed my car from my own driveway. Why? Because my registration sticker was not clearly visible from the street. He stood there in disbelief as my car disappeared down the road. The day, he had to miss work. He lost money. He felt so humiliated, neighbors watching through their windows while he stood helpless. That was the moment he broke. He started losing sleep. Every knock on the door made my heart race. Every envelope in the mailbox felt like a threat. My home no more longer felt safe. It felt monitored, controlled. They weren't maintaining a neighborhood. They were policing lives. Andy was their favorite target. He later found out why. He wasn't friends with the board. He didn't attend their private dinners. He didn't fall in line. So they came after me. One day, he received a letter that terrified me the most. Intent to place a lien on my home. A lien. For unpaid fines he was actively disputing. They were threatening to take my house not because he stopped paying my mortgage, not because he broke the law, but because my trash can once faced the wrong direction. He sat on my couch staring at that letter, hands shaking, wondering how something like this was even legal. That night, he made a decision. He would not let them destroy me. He started documenting everything. Every letter, every fine, every email, every conversation. He read the HOA bylaws line by line. He discovered rules they were violating themselves. He found inconsistencies, selective enforcement, and the abuse of authority. He started talking to neighbors quietly, neighbors who were too scared to speak up. And guess what? He wasn't alone. They had stories too. War stories. At the next HOA meeting, he didn't come to argue. He came prepared. He brought documents, evidence, timelines, receipts. When he stood up to speak, they tried to shut me down like always. But this time, he didn't stop. He spoke calmly, clearly, confidently. He exposed their contradictions. He quoted their own rules back to them. He asked questions they couldn't answer. The room went silent. For the first time, they looked nervous. A week later, something unbelievable happened. The fines were evaluated. The lien threat was withdrawn. The letters stopped. No more apology, no more explanation, just silence. They didn't admit they were wrong, but they knew he was no more longer afraid. And that was my real victory. Today, he still lives in the same house. But I'm different now. He understands that hosts don't have power because they're right. They have power because people don't challenge them. Fear is their strongest weapon. And once you take that away, they crumble. If you're watching this and you're dealing with a nightmare, hear me clearly. You are not crazy. You are not weak. And you are not alone. Your home should be your sanctuary, not a courtroom. Stand up. Document everything. Learn your rights. Andy never let anyone make you feel powerless in the place you call home. Because he learned this the hard way. The heart tried to break me, but they failed. Andy, if he can survive it, so can you. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to share your own stories in the comments below. Let's support each other.